6
Yeah,
Liberator mags. If you carry 8 mags, perfect. Liberator
perfect. Yeah,
Penetrator.
dude,
It
damage needs to go up. This thing
it
sucks.
it basically should be firing like technically wise, it should be firing like tungsten rounds or like AP like tiny APDS or tiny APFSDS or just tungsten rounds in general. Okay? Or maybe
Actually, you know what?
depleted
This thing
uranium.
should have like a it should have like a baby stagger, not the big stagger that
Yeah.
it has like for the slugger, but something enough
Yeah.
to make it like stop
But
if you put a full magazine into it.
but it should armor penetrating weapons should do spall damage, where upon the round hitting the armor and breaking it, the armor also becomes a projectile.
Oh,
Now, of course, it doesn't shoot out
actually,
the back of it, but the more armor it goes through, the more spall there should be and the more damage. Like the way the Liberator Penetrator should work against like warrior and the little scavengers and shit and hunters, it should go straight through
yeah,
it and do barely any damage. But against
yeah,
the fucking commandos and the hive guards, it should like 2 or 3 shot up, just boom, 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 gone because you're
that
taking
is
like an
yeah,
inch or two across of their skull and turning it into chunks
and
being shot into their skull. Like
that's
when
dude,
you
that's brilliant. That is
when you
brilliant. That's a perfect.
yeah, when you hit someone in the face with a baseball bat, one, the inside of their skull hits their brain. Two, a bunch of fragments get shot into their brain,
Yeah,
and you can either have those surgically
yeah,
removed or you can die.
yeah. Multiply the damage if it
Yeah,
has armor. I like that.
exactly. Just multiply the damage. That's a really easy way of simulating it. Just multiply the damage.
Yep.
And there's the way the armor works. There's 3 sub-levels between each level. There's light, so there's lighter light. There's like none, a tiny bit more, medium, a tiny bit more, tiny bit more, tiny bit more, heavy, tiny bit more, tiny bit more, fucking massive.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
Just make every shot exponential
yeah. Also,
versus
Liberator Carbine should get a drum mag.
the carbine.
Liberator Carbine, the
All
camouflaged
right, I'm
one.
in the armors right now. Hold on. Let me take a look.
It's just the Liberator, but shoots faster. Should get
Oh, that one.
a
Yeah.
little bit less recoil and a drum mag. Now, I'm not saying it needs
Ah,
like
okay.
150 rounds in a drum. It has 45 rounds in this. What about 60 rounds in a drum?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Or how it
Yeah,
just
just
gets
an
wider at the
expanded mag.
bottom of
That's
the
it.
magazine, like a Suomi KP.
Yeah.
Or with Liberator Concussive, give it shrapnel damage, a little faster rate of fire, and
Actually,
I don't know.
I think this one's good. It just needs more ammo. That's it. I
What?
think this one.
Have you ever used Liberator Concussive?
Me,
It's
I do.
shit.
I
It's
like the
shit. I hate
slower.
it.
Yeah, it is pretty shit, but
The Tenderizer, it's literally just an adjudicator, but slightly more damage and less armor penetrating power.
yeah, it really is.
I guess it's
I feel like this
balanced,
thing
but
runs out of ammo a little quick.
it does. It
I don't
has a
know
30
why.
round magazine. Give it like 3 or 4 more, like 2 or 4 more rounds in the magazine before it runs out of bullets. Boom.
Here's here's the thing. I don't think no one's actually using this weapon versus the Liberator. I don't think people are actually using it because I use the Liberator because like I said, I run default armor all the time,
Oh yeah,
including default weapons.
it's
So I
nice.
use the Liberator religiously and the Tenderizer sucks. That damage output that it's saying is not what it does because I would shoot a what's that little white creature that jumps around and
Hunter.
it'll hop on top of you? Yeah, the hunter. That thing takes out a hunter in 3 shots. This thing takes 5. The damage is not right. Yeah, this thing sucks. I don't know why.
Maybe it
I
does more
run
critical
ammo with this
damage and
thing.
it like averages it out.
Oh, you're right because there's those hidden stats. I
They
forgot
really
about
shouldn't
that.
have hidden stats. It all should just be out in the open.
It should. Because, yeah, this gun sucks. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I use this one all the
Yeah.
time, and the Liberator's way better.
Yeah.
But looking at it side by side, the
Uh-huh.
Tenderizer should be better.
Yeah. Also, the adjudicator, I like it. Little too much recoil.
A little bit, yeah.
Little bit. Just a little bit. Also, both
I
Martian
think,
rifles suck. In a
yeah.
horde shooter,
Dude,
they need to do more
they're
damage.
not accurate.
Like 150 and 180.
Yeah.
Like you want to
I
just
think it's
spam this
okay.
into a crowd and you want them to go down. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's okay with their damage. Maybe they could increase the damage a little bit, but they need to. These weapons, specifically the marksman rifle, cannot have the same reticle that the assault and literally every weapon has. It needs to be tighter and it doesn't move around as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it needs to be
Like,
some like lighter.
yeah, it needs to be not wider, just tighter and accurate. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, I like lighter. Lighter is
Oh, like,
more
gotcha.
recoil, but also more control. Not while firing, but like aiming
Yes. Oh,
control,
okay.
less
I see what you
shaking.
mean now.
The knight, you have the knight,
Got it. The night, dude. They just need to buff this thing a little bit
just
more
a
damage,
little
a
bit.
little bit less fire rate. It's perfect. I love this gun. This thing is
Yeah.
great.
Or maybe like a variable fire rate, like 900, 1050, then 1380. Cause
That's the one thing with the adjudicator. If they were to just lower the recoil, not the recoil, the fire rate, I think it'd be a wonderful weapon. Just
yeah.
lower the fire rate.
Also, do you have the knight?
Yeah, I have it.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love it.
The defender SMG.
Perfect. It's a perfect weapon.
Yeah. Also, its magazine is like the Soma KP. It gets wider as it gets further away from the, you know,
Yeah,
um, the pummeler. It's like a weird clone of the defender. It's good.
I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah,
You haven't used it?
I have used it. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was too powerful when it first came out.
I don't remember how they nerfed it, but it feels balanced now.
It does, yeah. Yeah, before all they did was it was every 5 shots it'll stun versus every 2 bullets. So that's
Oh,
all
I
they
thought it
did.
stunned every shot. They just made it so every few shots stuns. That's
Yeah, now
dumb,
it's
but
every
that
few shots
works.
it stuns. Yeah.
The
So with this
Punisher.
one, I don't.
Mwah. Oh, we were still doing the Pummeler?
Oh no, 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 Punisher. Yeah, perfect. The Punisher's great.
I feel like
Liger.
at some point they're gonna add weapon customization. Like
Yeah.
imagine a Liberator, but instead of a laser on the bottom, you have a underbarrel shotgun with like 4 shots,
Oh, dude, an underbarrel would. Oh, brother, that would be crazy.
or an underbarrel
Holy
grenade
hair.
launcher.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say that an underbarrel grenade launcher. I wonder, would that take from your secondary if you had the grenade launcher? You know what I mean? Because that would be a lot of data to process for the game.
And you know what I really want? I want a
What's up?
grenade that is a warhead, like a high explosive anti-tank warhead that you throw like a football.
Ah,
There's a charger. Fucking Tom Brady
yep,
just shows up,
I can see that.
boom, fucking square on the nose at 30 yards.
Hey, actually, while we're on the topic of that, you know the recoilless?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They need an actual anti-tank explosive that, kind of simulates what we have nowadays, where the
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 javelin.
explosive device will bury its head into the tank and then blow up. So it's
That's armor piercing high
fucking
explosive.
yeah.
That's hard to do with a rocket. You need a cannon for that. So
Yeah, you would need a cannon, but this is
yeah,
Helldivers, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah. Armor
they can
piercing.
fucking make it.
Yeah, armor piercing high explosive. That's an old timey thing. That's like World War II stuff. Like
Exactly.
the German
And
Tiger, it would have an armor-piercing high explosive. The entire Sherman crew would get splayed with shrapnel. One or two of them might die, maybe. Usually it's like one on average, and everyone else is sprayed with shrapnel and hops out and is like, "Oh man, I'm covered in shrapnel. I better go to the doctor and get these surgically removed and be out of combat for the next few months."
yeah, yeah.
But
That's what they need.
yeah, an armor-piercing high explosive. Now I'm pretty sure, I'm like 70% sure that the autocannon fires a semi-armor piercing high explosive warhead, which is basically like a high explosive shell, but with a slightly thicker head. Like there's this Japanese tank in War Thunder that is the perfect example of the difference between high explosive and semi-high or semi-armor piercing high explosive.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like 4.5 kilograms of explosive in the high explosive shell. It's a 120 millimeter gun that looks. The semi-armor piercing does as much armor penetration as a Sherman. If they had like a solid shot round, it would have been like as good as the Tiger 2, but they just never did. I'm pretty sure they would have had it on one of those prototype tanks that they removed, and not removed, but
Yeah.
they erased all the data about it because they were scared the Americans would capture it. Ooh. But
Yeah.
anyways, the high explosive round, like in my memory for some reason, it's 1 kilogram and or 1.80 kilograms for some reason. I know it's wrong, but the high explosive shell has 1.89 kilograms of explosive, and the semi armor piercing high explosive shell has 1.8. It is zero point zero 0.09 less. That,
Yeah.
that that little bit of the shell, those 9 grams, is just steel instead of shell. So instead of penetrating 30 or 40 millimeters by just blowing up, it penetrates like 96 millimeters and then it blows up.
Yep.
It's like
Hmm.
an armor-piercing high explosive shell with a really thin, like a lot of explosive filler, like the KV-2, the Soviet death fridge.
I don't know that.
Oh, the KV-2, if you just look up the picture, it's a
Yeah.
KV-1 with a fucking massive turret and a short barrel, and it shoots a 152 millimeter howitzer round, and it was used to destroy
Oh shit.
bunkers. So it had a few rounds. It had an anti-concrete round, an anti-tank round, and a high explosive round. The high explosive has like 5.8 kilograms of explosive. The anti-concrete
Yeah.
round has like 4.6 kilograms of explosive, and the anti-tank round has like 5.2 kilograms of explosive. But the anti-concrete, and the anti-tank are basically the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But the anti-tank has enough explosive in it that it basically doubles as an HE shell and armor-piercing shell. So say there's a Sherman in front of you. The armor on a Sherman's a little thick. It's a 80 millimeters around the turret. You shoot it like in the lowest part of the turret you can hit without hitting the hull, and it overpressures down to the hull. Or you can shoot it like a bit from the side and penetrate the armor, and then it explodes. It's
Yeah.
both an APHE and an HE. It's got so much explosive that it acts like a big high explosive shell and overpressures it, but it can also be an armor piercing shell. It's perfect. But that's what like
Yeah.
the autocannon is. It's like probably like realistically they could probably get like 80 grams of explosive in there realistically. But in
Yeah.
the game, it's like it has like a kilogram of explosive. It's like throwing a grenade in there.
Yeah. Honestly.
But anyways, after the Yap Fest, sorry, the
No, you're
slugger,
good. You're good.
the slugger. You can actually look down the barrel of the slugger and see the shell in there.
I know, dude. I've been doing that.
Yeah, that's a trick I've heard of in DayZ. You can see if you're in real danger or not. If someone's trying to rob you, to look down their
Yeah.
barrel and see if it's loaded. Let me
Oh,
just
that's actually
stick my
funny.
eyes right down your barrel. Oh, it is loaded. Boom. But
Love it.
yeah, the
Yeah,
slugger
Slugger.
it
I
should
feel
do
like
more
if they just made
damage.
it how it was before.
More damage.
Yeah.
Also,
More damage, and it's
the
great.
senator, it needs to do like 220 damage. I don't care. It should do as much damage as the slugger. It's a revolver that gets
No.
6 shots.
Yeah.
More damage.
Dude, just 200 damage is fine too. Like, then you got like 200,
Mhm.
perfect.
Excuse me.
So
Uh,
they get the shotgun that does 405
yeah.
per one shot, and that thing can shoot all three to turn into fuck it
Yeah.
1215. So 1215. Dude, that's crazy. Just give this 200 damage and it's good.
Mhm. Also, with the incendiary breaker, it literally says generates heat during use, so limited to burst fire. Just make it so that it can overheat instead of nerfing it. It literally says in the description it generates heat, so it's limited to burst fire, but just everyone uses it like it's automatic. Make it automatic and make it able to overheat after you fire like 20 rounds in a row.
I like it. Yeah, what was it? Kind of like how like old Wolfenstein games where if you shoot a machine gun for too long, it overheated, so you just couldn't use it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, no, just like the fucking what's it called? The what's that one gun? The scythe and the other one. Just make it
Yeah.
overheat, but you don't have to change the ice. You just have to wait for it to cool down completely.
Yeah. And you can pee
Yeah, it's
on it and make it
perfect.
cool down faster. Or dip it in the water or something, I don't know. Actually, doing that warps the metal. But I mean, you're also gonna die in like 20 seconds, so who cares
Yeah.
if the gun barrel's a little warped. The
Yeah.
cookout, pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the cookout. It's perfect. Honestly,
Yeah.
I have no complaints about it.
The breaker spray and pray, I don't even know.
here's another thing, right? The Breaker Spray and Pray, it has 330 damage. The Cookout has 320, right? So comparing these two, the Cookout is already better
But it says
because it has
192.
the damage over time and it has heavy stagger. I mean, you can shoot a commander 5 feet backwards with a single shot, while the Breaker can't do that.
Yeah,
This
because
thing
something.
sucks. Yeah, like just put it back to its former glory,
What,
increase
the
its fire
breaker spray
rate,
and pray?
lower the. Oh wait, oh we're talking about the spray and pray.
Yeah.
Oh okay, my bad. I went sideways to the
You're on
breaker.
the wrong tangent.
Oops.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
the
spray
breaker
and pray,
break that one just sucks.
it's poopy.
Yeah, like
More
why?
pellets,
Why does the breaker?
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, so why does the breaker spray and pray has 192 damage, while the breaker incendiary has 240
Because it
and the
lights shit on
damage over
fire.
time? No, it doesn't take that into account when it does it.
I don't know.
The fire isn't taken into account yet.
Oh my god! I just realized the
Yeah.
breaker spray and pray should be able to blind things. Imagine taking a breaker spray and pray and
Oh,
blinding a charger.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. But
What could you do with this? I think maybe if this thing had like a bleed effect, like it
yeah,
guarantees per shot it gets this much bleed. So now it will become a damage over time weapon, but a really strong one at that.
maybe. They should also add
And
a breaker variant that shoots tiny little APFSDS rounds.
APFDS?
APFSDS, armor piercing, fin stabilized, discarding sabo. So, you know how when you see a modern tank round, when they load it, it's like this dart looking thing sticking out of the tip of the round. But when you look at World War II rounds, it just looks like a big ass rifle round.
Yeah.
Well, with the modern stuff, it's like a dart embedded into the round.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But what about that with the breaker spray and pray? It'd be armor penetrating like hell. And also, the more armor, like the less armor you penetrate, the less damage it does. The more armor you penetrate, the more damage it does. Because of
The thing
spalling.
about that is like if that is the case, this gun would then overtake everything with that
No, no, no.
because not
You
only
have
does
to
it have.
balance it. Like make it so that when it penetrates armor, it does more damage, and when it doesn't penetrate armor, say warriors and stuff, like it takes several shots because it's an APFSDS round, like
Yeah,
thinner than your pinky. Like
yeah.
the damage drop over distance should be massive, like
Honestly, I
ineffective
don't
after
even know what to
60
think about
meters.
this game. They just need to take this gun out. There's
Yeah,
nothing you can do with this gun.
the
It just
birdshot
sucks.
sucks. Maybe a birdshot
Yeah.
pistol, maybe. No.
Oh, that would be good. If this was a secondary, because this is like an emergency, I need everything in this direction to just die real quick.
To at
That
least
would be
take a little
pretty
bit of
good.
damage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad actually.
crossbow, if they made it a pistol, it'd be good.
Yeah.
It'd be a good pistol.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's good. The crossbow's good. Just make it a pistol. Done.
Take the stock off,
Done deal.
do a little bit of stuff to make it look more lightweight. Boom.
Yep. Perfect.
Dominator.
The Dominator. It's good. I think. I see people
Mm,
use it. It's pretty good. This is literally just the what's it called? The counter sniper, but just way stronger and accurate.
and
So it's
slow
good.
bullets.
Yeah, with low bullets, more recoil. It's okay.
What
Like
if you could
people
make it
who
so that
are
it does more
marksmen.
damage, but it shoots even slower and with massive drop because of the take out the jet propelled, all the space that is filled with jet propelled stuff, just make it more just explosive when it explodes.
Yeah. The
Basically,
thing
make it
is, I
shoot
don't even know
like
why it's.
tiny armor piercing high explosive rounds.
Yeah, I don't know why it's even labeled an explosive. It doesn't deal explosive damage. I don't get it.
It's the kind of explosive where the round pops and puts shrapnel inside your body. It's the
Well,
kind of
of course,
explosive
yeah.
that
Realistically, yes, this is explosive, but according to this game, explosive is it penetrates the armor and deals bonus damage to every limb. But this doesn't do that.
it's more like it penetrates whatever it penetrates and it pops inside of it. And ow, a small portion of my organs are now liquid.
Yeah, but
Also, eruptor,
uh,
poopy, poopy. Fix it. Undo it. I want the
What?
original
It's
version.
good.
I want the original version. Oh, you
I
think it's
mean,
good?
yeah, we
Go
all
use
do,
it.
but it's good
Go
right now
use it.
too. Still,
No, it's not. It's terrible.
dude, the AOE is so big.
No,
Like
it
the
isn't.
amount of things. What? What do you mean? What do you
I want the
mean? It's so
old one.
good.
I want the old one. It
No,
was so
I
good.
agree with you. I agree with you. But dude, it's still good. Of course,
Now it's
everyone wants the
poopy.
the old one.
It's poopy.
Like it is a worse version of what it was. It's no longer what it was.
Significantly
But dude, it's
worse.
still good.
No, it's poopy. It's poopy. I don't like the gun.
All right, Punisher Plasma. Perfect. Not really.
Not really. I
They need
like.
the drop off to be not as strong. It
No,
just
no,
needs
dude. The
to.
drop off used to be stronger. They made it better.
I know they did, yeah, and it still sucks.
Oh,
Like
you know what they
it.
need? You know what they need? You know what they need?
What's up?
Increase capacity from 8 to 12 and increase the amount of fucking little shotgun shell sized thingies to like 15. You can only carry 8. 8! It's the size of a shotgun shell. You can carry like
Yeah,
60 of them.
yeah. The
More ammo.
Here's the thing. I agree with that. More ammo, but it does have heavy stagger, and it is AOE explosive medium armor penetrating. I don't know if you used it, but it is extremely powerful. You
I've
can take
used it.
out
It needs
any bot in
anything with
three
an
shots.
AoE needs a bigger AoE, but like it gets weaker as it gets further away. So like if you're like 3 feet, 4 feet away, it's not gonna do much. It's gonna give you a puff. It's gonna give you maybe since it's plasma, it's gonna burn you, but it's not gonna kill you like that.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. That's not bad.
Arc Blitzer,
Yeah.
more arcing. Hunters should
It,
not be
it
able to
just needs more
survive even
range.
a single shot from this. Oh yeah, more range. To like from
Yeah.
35 to like from like 25 or whatever crap they gave it to like 45.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Then it'd be great. Honestly, I love this thing. It's just the only issue is that I have to be
Yeah,
danger close for
yeah.
this to work, and
Well,
it's
yeah,
kind
it's
of
an
the
arc
opposite of
gun,
what
but
guns
like, okay,
could
so
do.
like the perfect summary is one, it needs to kill chargers instantly every time. Not chargers, God, not chargers, hunters
Yeah, right. I was about to
instantly
say like,
every time. All hunters be one shot from arc weapons. Please, I hate
yeah,
them so much. They should not be able to survive one single lickety split slack of it. Second of all, ranged, a little bit more range, a
yep.
little bit more range. Also, they should make it so that you can choose to have it either like one large bolt like the arc blitzer or like the arc
Oh,
gun, or have it split off multiple ways. So if you
I
are
like
shooting at a
that.
charger and you need it to penetrate armor, you can flip a thingy on it. I don't know, like flip down an expendable extended barrel, like those bug spray or
No,
air canisters,
yeah,
and make it so
yeah.
it's either
No, what's it?
focused fire or spread out fire. Because you see how arcs like two or three or even four enemies at the same time, not by arcing from one to another, but by hitting all four from the barrel. Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Make it so it can do one focused one that can penetrate armor. Because
I
when that
actually
Bile
really
Titan's
like
chasing you,
that.
what the fuck are you supposed to do?
Yeah, change the mode. Like kind of like the railgun where it has the safe mode, unsafe mode, but rather than unsafe
Yeah,
mode, it'll just be the wide and then focus bolt.
yeah.
So you can change it to focus bolt. So if you have like a what's that one thing with the plate, the defender in front of you, it would just blast him into oblivion, just dead. I don't need
Yeah.
to shoot you four or
Oh,
five times.
even better with bots. They should make it so that this shit can just fry their asses. When you shoot,
Dude,
like, say you aim at the arm, that arm is fried. It is stuck in place. It jumped
yeah,
across the piston. That piston has a
yep,
micro weld on it that's stopping it from working. Say the
yeah,
enemy like
and
can like hit it and unjam it, but then it'll be kind of funky afterwards.
yeah.
Like you
Well,
know,
my question is, why does Arc not deal additional damage to bots? That doesn't make any
it should do
sense.
way extra damage. I mean,
Right?
what? They
You're
have a
made
surge
out of
protector or something?
electrical shit. It
What, they have a
should
surge
it
protector?
should fuck you up.
Also, you know what space welding is?
Space welding.
Space
You
welding.
mean in space?
Yeah, but it's not like a welding tactic in space. It's this weird phenomenon from the electrical charge from the sun. Space welding.
Oh, I've
Any
heard
metal
about this.
surfaces that touch each other immediately fuse.
Yeah,
No, it's not like they
yeah, I
melt
have heard
together
about.
and become completely like you're closing a door with no rubber seal on it. it gets stuck on its
Yeah,
own
no, I get
hinges.
it. Mhm.
And then once you get it closed, it gets stuck. Like I'm a certified welder. Like when you're trying to start a weld when you're stick welding, sometimes it'll melt to the table or whatever you're trying to weld on, but it won't like do a big red hot glob. It'll just it'll get stuck to it, and then it'll just flow the electricity, flow electricity. It'll just flow more electricity, and you have to like wrench it off or turn it off or like unclamp
Yeah,
the stick and let it cool down and then wrench it off.
yeah,
6010 is okay. It like basically the rod as the electricity is flowing through it, it gets hotter and hotter until the point where it's flexible. And one, you ruin the flux, the stuff it's dipped in. And second of all, it gets flexible, so instead of breaking off, it just bends around and you ruin it.
yeah.
It gets like that. But that's what space welding is. The once the two metal things touch, the electricity starts flowing, and it has this tiny little metal connection, and you have to wrench it off.
That's pretty cool.
Now, it's not like a human isn't strong enough to undo it. You just push on the door real hard and it
Yeah,
just fixes it immediately. Because it's not a strong
yeah.
flow of electricity, but it's enough
No,
that the metals connect.
mhm. Yeah, no,
It's
that makes
really
sense. I
weird
get
and
that.
really annoying when you're outside the ship. But the scythe, more damage, like 500 per second.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the scythe could also deal with like it just doesn't overheat as easily because like I think the sickle and the scythe they overheat kind of at the same rate. The scythe needs a way better heat sink where because it's a beam.
Yeah,
It should
like
not
one, it's a
overheat.
beam. Two, it's a weaker beam. Like per second,
Yeah.
the sickle and the scythe. The sickle does more damage.
Yep.
Fire rate 750, so 750 times 55 is definitely more than 350 per second. Okay,
Yeah.
let me
100%
just
more.
let me just do this mathematics real quick. Let me just do this mathematics real quick on the phone calculator app. 55 times 750 divided. Oh, that's multiply. 55 times 750 divided by 60. 687.5 damage per second. They could
Yeah.
double the scythe and it would just do a tiny bit more damage than the sickle. They
Yeah.
need to double the damage of the scythe. Oh, it has
Yep.
one
So the thing
second
is
more
is
fire limit. Okay.
yeah.
Also,
That's the
the
thing.
sickle
Like
should light shit on fire. It's lasers or plasma or whatever.
it could. I feel like the sickle's good as it is. Like it's already
Also,
pretty strong.
the sickle basically fires like weird bullets, even though it's lasers. It needs to be instant travel distance, like the laser rifle from Fallout 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Plasma Scorcher. If it could one-shot a Raider, Rocket Raider, whatever Raider, the
Ooh,
standard
no, that's too
annoying robot
powerful. Oh
guy,
no, that's way too powerful.
it gets 15 shots in the mag. It gets like 5 mags.
This one I would argue this one's pretty powerful. A lot of people sleep on it. It can take down the what are those ships called that fly
Devastators.
around that shoot at
The
you?
gunships, dude, it doesn't take him down fast
Gunships.
enough. So fucking annoying. They're so fucking
Yeah.
annoying. It takes like a mag
I
and
don't
a
know,
half
man.
to shoot one down, man. Just a little more, like
Really?
210, 215. The
But
Purifier,
I think the Scorcher is good. It could
yeah,
deal with a little bit more damage,
yeah.
but for the most part, it's pretty good. Just a little bit
Also,
more damage.
yeah, Purifier needs a smaller capacity magazine. It feels like I need to reload it after every shot. In fact, make it do that. It feels like I need to reload it after every shot.
This thing, this thing needs to act like the Scorcher, where if I decide I want to just shoot it, it can, or
It
give
needs
this
to act
thing
like
a
both.
dude. It needs to act like a fucking sniper rifle. This should not be an energy based. This needs to be put in a sniper rifle variant. This thing
Like,
should be able to charge up and do like 700 damage per shot.
yeah,
Like lower the amount of bullets it has, sure, that's fine, but make this a fucking sniper rifle
yeah,
and an accurate one at that. I do not care. This thing is shit.
yeah.
Like
And the
I
oh,
used the purifier because I didn't like the Scorcher because it ran out of ammo too fast. So I
yeah,
used the purifier and then I swapped to the Scorcher, realizing that the Scorcher is 10 times better than the purifier.
yeah. Also, the Flam 66 Torture. Can we just have all the flamethrowers have the same range as the standard one, please?
Yeah.
Please. And also, instead of flame bouncing off of enemies, can it just like flow around them and envelop them, please?
Right?
Please. Also, it shouldn't need to touch someone to do damage. The most useful the flamethrower was in World War One was spooking people out of the trenches. They would spray the flame over the trench and everyone would just fucking scatter because that shit was like 1,500 degrees, like 3 feet above them. They would just unconsciously just start booking it and get gunned down running out of the trench. Enemies should run from the flamethrower. Like bugs should
Dude,
run. Bots
that
should
would be
catch
cool.
fire,
Give them a
and over
fear.
time their oils would evaporate, and they should move slower. Like they should do 20% less everything, 20% less movement speed, 20% less aiming speed, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it should
Dude,
evaporate the finely tuned oils on their outside.
yeah. Have you used this weapon, the flam torture?
Oh my god, yes, a lot. It's really good for when there's a
It's
massive amount of bugs behind you, and you spray at their legs, and it lights the ground underneath all of them on fire. And after a few seconds, they all cook at the same time. It's like 8
oh,
seconds of
okay.
continuously spraying at them, but after the 8 seconds, they all die at the same time.
Ugh, dude, I can't deal with this weapon. It is way too weak.
Yeah.
But
The
that tactic you just said, I might try
mhm,
that. That's actually smart.
yeah,
But
because
this thing,
the
the
floor being on
range is
fire,
terrible.
yeah, it is terrible. It needs the same range as the standard flamethrower.
The thing is I'm actually okay with its shit range, but it should not deal the same, actually less damage than the scythe. It does 100 less damage than the scythe per second.
We're still talking about the torture, right?
This, yeah, the torture does a lot less damage than the scythe. This thing needs to actually double its fire. I'm putting fire into your face. You should die instantaneously.
Well,
You
not
know what
die
I mean?
instantaneously, but get to the point where you lose composure and start spazzing out on the ground trying to put yourself
Exactly.
out.
Yeah.
Enemies, when they get enveloped in flame, like with Helldivers, rather than dropping dead in 2 seconds, I feel like after 2 or 3 seconds of being on fire, they lose their composure and just start flailing about and screaming and crying. Like
Yeah.
in Insurgency Sandstorm or Hell Let Loose. When you die, quote unquote, with the fire,
Hell let
it just
loose.
gets to the point where you lose your composure and you fling yourself onto the ground and you start spazzing out and screaming and screaming and screaming, and after like 15 seconds of laying on the ground screaming, then you die.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like
could
that's
see
how it
that.
should be in
Because they already
Helldivers.
have. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, this thing, it just needs a buff, dude. This thing is just
Yeah.
awful.
Also, secondaries. Peacemaker, more ammo.
It's
It's supposed to be
uh
weak because it's literally just a normal pistol, though. The Redeemer.
yeah.
Honestly, you can't nerf this. This thing's practically a primary. Put a stock on it, make it a primary. The
Yeah, this thing's
Verdict.
good. I
More
don't mind it.
damage. Please, more damage. Please, more damage. It's literally the gun from Halo.
It's alright. Yeah.
14 millimeter gun. It is bigger than a Deagle. It should do as much damage as a Deagle. It should do like 200 damage, and
Yeah.
you should get like 4 or 5 mags.
For
The
me, I'm
Senator.
curious as to why this isn't medium armor penetrating. You know what I mean?
Cause it doesn't get enough
This
velocity. It has to be small enough that the magazine can be inside the gun and still fit in your palm. So they have to significantly reduce the amount of powder they could put into it if it was a rifle. Like you notice how wide the magazine is on all the pistols? It's narrow.
well, yeah,
The
I
Redeemer,
think that's more of a
Peacemaker.
design thing.
Well, you
Yeah, I
need to
think
make
that's
it
more
so
of a
it fits in your
design thing.
palm. If you add any more
Yeah.
powder, it won't fit in your palm. You'll be clutching it like you're clutching a like someone's foot. You need
We're
to be clutching it
Helldivers.
like
We're like
clutching
six
someone's
foot
3 fingers.
five. What do you mean?
No, we're
Everyone's
not. We're
palm will
like
fit around this thing.
5'11". We're slightly above modern average. Everyone
Are
is,
we?
yeah, they're 18. They're not even fully grown yet. They ain't even got chest hair
I
yet.
thought
Half of them.
nah, because they put oh yeah, that's right. We're all young.
We're
Yeah, we're
very
like
young.
15.
Not
You're
15. We're
right.
18. Average person is 18, so half are 17, half are 19, or whatever.
Right about that.
Or everyone just enlists in
Man,
the
I could have
Helldivers the
sworn
second
they
they
put
can.
like Because in the original game, like they put meth in our like everything. They put it in our food, and they put
Well, that was 100 years
hormones
ago,
and everything.
and even then, that's the booster.
No, not the booster. If you come here, where's that lore?
That deep
Follow
lore.
me.
But
Because they have lore everywhere.
yeah, the
Let's
verdict
see,
should do
ship
more damage.
management.
The senator should do like crazy damage, like as much as the slugger. Bushwhacker,
Yeah.
wonderful. The crisper needs as much range as the normal flamethrowers, please. It has like 5 foot range. It's worse than the stupid thing they put in Battlefield 5, which is what the Nazis were making inside of Germany when they were about to lose. They made
Yeah.
these like flamethrower pistols that you could spray down a hallway of people for like 3 seconds and then drop on the ground and leave it because it was expendable.
Okay.
Okay. So what it is, think of the crisper but super simplified design. The whole thing is just a tube, like a tube with
Yeah.
a very small stock and a very small nozzle.
No, it makes
Like
sense. Yeah.
it's in Battlefield 5. I don't remember what it's called, but it can fire flamethrower. It can fire flame for like 3 seconds, and it's good for just igniting everyone in a room. Like if there's a room of guys or a hallway of guys, you spray that into the hallway. Jeez, good for spooking them. Not just spooking them, but lighting them on fire. You get second, third degree burns. You have to go back to the hospital. You get pulled off the front line. Grenade pistol needs more grenades. And better yet,
Ah.
make it so you can attach it to the bottom of your rifle like a secondary thingy.
Yeah.
It only
Here's the
gets like
thing.
6 shots, man. Give it like
No, no,
8
no. I
or
no,
10.
I agree with you there. It. I think the amount of grenades is good. 6 grenades is perfectly fine. It needs more damage. It says 650. It is
It's
not. It
definitely
is
not
is
650.
around like it's around like 350
Yeah,
because you've dealt
because
with
the amount of
the
shots
bile
it takes
tight.
to kill certain things.
Um, what's it called? What's
Bile
the
spewer.
big the nurse bile
There's nursing
spewers?
spewer and
Yes,
there's bile spewers. Nursing
because
spears are
there's
orange
bile
and
spewer.
weaker.
The green ones, right? The green ones are the bile spewers. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So the impact grenade does 400 damage. That will kill a bile
One
spewer
instantly
every.
every time.
But this thing that does supposed 650 damage
Like
does
50%
not.
more, 40% more. Does not one shot them.
Yeah, this thing is weak.
It
This thing's
needs
damage
damage
needs to
buff.
be increased
Yeah.
by a fuck ton, or at least make that damage correct because this is not. That's not dealing impact grenade damage. If it does more than the
It's
impact,
dealing like frag grenade damage, and even then, the frag grenade needs a
exactly.
huge
Yeah,
buff.
it does. Here's the thing. That's another thing about grenades. I feel like if I'm using the standard, why in hell would I ever use the standard frag over the high explosive? It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
The outer radius isn't as good as the high explosive. Like it's
Yeah.
only one extra.
Yeah, one extra.
It has a
That's it.
lower
That's
fuse
it.
time, sure, but they need to make this where if you bring this, you get automatically 2 extra grenades. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
With the
everything else, yeah, I'm bringing
yeah.
4, but that I'm bringing 6 of them, just like the throwing knife.
Yeah, with the frag, it needs like a 20-meter outer radius and way more fragments. Way more fragments.
Yeah,
It doesn't need to
right?
do a lot of
Yeah,
damage. It just needs to do a lot of damage, you know? A
yeah.
big
Just
area
a
of effect.
big area.
The
Yeah,
G12 high explosive, perfect. The incendiary, I hate how much it
yep.
bounces. I hate it so much. If you could get an upgrade that just sticks it in a balloon, that would make it bounce less. That'd be perfect. The
Like it.
impact, perfect. Incendiary
Perfect.
impact,
Yep.
perfect. The stun, perfect. But it should be able to
I
destroy
yeah.
bug holes, not explode and make it blow up and collapse. But I feel like that pressure wave would rupture or at least damage eggs, right?
Yeah, yeah, it would. So that's the thing. I think that should. I think any grenade, no matter what you
Not
bring,
smoke.
including the smoke, just for the effects of the game, it should just blow it up. Because why not? You know what I mean? Because if I don't have anything that's explosive, I can't destroy a bug hole, and that's half of our mission. You know what I mean?
They should make the smoke poison. Poison gas grenade, please.
Yes.
Then that
Holy
should
fuck,
always
dude, that would be
kill.
awesome.
Yeah. Like you know how the like
Actually,
as big as the gas barrage or the gas orbital gas. I want a gas barrage.
Dude,
I want incendiary barrage or napalm barrage. I want flammable gas.
dude,
Flammable gas
you know what would be amazing
will be
if
amazing.
they added a poison or gas, what's it called? What's that thing?
Gun, like a gas
War
gun,
bond?
war bond. Yeah,
Just a war bond for
I hope
gas.
that's the next war bond.
And it,
Gas,
yeah, right? And just give you immunity to gas. Or at
complete
least
immunity
like,
to gas, or like
yeah, complete.
99%
Because then I can just
resistance.
throw a gas grenade at my feet or an ape, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And just sit in it and they'll all just come to me and they'll just die. Like
Yeah.
that would be beautifully perfect. And I hope it's that
Yeah.
Wolfenstein
They,
looking
they
armor
they
too.
need to create like a sort of composure level to the bugs. Like imagine if you could get them to break their composure and they all start scattering.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you spray a bug, you'll start sprinting, you know what I mean? Like,
Like with the fire, I feel like after being on fire for a few seconds, it might lose composure and start just spazzing out on the ground, trying to fucking figure out how to get the fire off. Get off me! Ah! You know. Also, thermite sucks.
Feral, just make
Sucks.
more damage, do something, do
Way more
anything,
damage,
just
way
change
more
it.
armor penetrating. Should go through any armor. You should be able to throw one thermite onto the engine block of a tank, and that shit would burn down. Because
You shouldn't
realistically,
even have
when
to
a
throw it
tank,
on the engine tank. It just anywhere. If I throw it on the barrel, it melts the barrel. Good luck shooting. You're
it should
fucked.
melt the barrel.
Just this
Yeah, if
thing.
they try to shoot one more time, it completely obliterates the barrel and kills the crew inside. And
Yeah,
the
dude.
throwing knife,
This
I
thing.
want to stab people with the throwing knife. Hiya, huh, huh,
Dude,
stab.
why is that not a mechanic? What do you mean I can't melee with a knife and deal extra? Dude, they should have that damage, that 250 damage,
Mhm,
should be included with my melee. So now I'm dealing 500 damage per hit. You know what I mean?
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Also, the throwing knife doesn't throw the same arc as the grenades do, and it throws me off every time I've ever used it, which is a couple times. It needs to, you need to be able to like choose to have the same throwing arc as a normal grenade, because I
Oof.
can
I
laser,
don't know about that. Have you ever thrown?
I am laser accurate with a grenade. I could fucking hit a bug in the eye at like 10 meters away. I want my throwing knife to do the same thing.
Ugh, I don't know about that. Have you thrown a throwing knife?
Yes, a couple times. It has its own unique arc that's sort of like straightforwards. And also, it does not throw very far. It does not throw very fast. It needs to throw faster. You ever throw a
Yeah.
knife? It goes way faster than that.
Yeah, why? So the thing is, if I'm equipping the throwing knife, that is my prep. Why do I have to prep the throwing knife to throw it? You know what I mean? Because you have to hold the aiming button to prep it and
Yeah.
then throw it.
What if you're not
Why?
holding the prep button? How about you just stab?
Yeah,
Stab, 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 stab,
exactly.
stab.
Yeah, that throwing knife, it needs to change, dude. This thing could. Everyone was so excited for this thing, and they shit on it
Yeah.
so badly. Ugh, could have been better.
Also, I want an anti-tank rifle. But like anti-material rifle, make that a primary.
Anti-tank rifle is a.
I mean, I don't know.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that as a secondary. You know what I mean? Replace the secondary, give you an anti-tank that only holds one or two, so you can't use it that often. But yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because replacing your primary, ugh. I mean, sure. I mean, I guess if you fucking want to, but that would fucking suck.
Like I saw someone recommend replace the railgun as the primary so you can carry a machine gun. That'd be nice.
Oof. That would be very nice, but man, I could that one they would nerf so hard.
Dude, I was
The jump pack. They need to have a
a
two variants of the
yeah,
jump pack because the jump pack jumps straight up. They need one that launches you straight horizontally. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because this one just, I don't know,
So
it's
okay,
not good.
okay, okay, okay. You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking?
What's up?
Take the jump pack. You ever play Battle Stars Battlefront 1 and 2?
Yeah, of course.
Like that. When you
Yeah.
dive, you use the jetpack and dive way further. Or better
Yeah.
yet, if you're sprinting and you hold forwards, you fly like 60 meters forward, just flying across the ground.
Yeah.
And if you're
That.
jogging, then you jump upwards. And if you're
Fuck yeah.
doing backwards, you just do a huge like. Imagine going to sprint backwards and you just fly across like a 40-meter
Fly.
gap. Like
I
I've done
like
that
that
before.
actually. And
I
if you fucking fly into a wall and get hurt, that's on you. You should,
That's on you.
you're operator of it.
Yeah, that's
But
on
yeah,
you.
that's a great idea. Yeah, that's awesome.
Totally awesome.
Oh, the fucking 110 millimeter rocket pods. They just need to upgrade that. That thing sucks. Ass. I used to love this thing, but now it just sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Because everything else is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people complain about everything. I love it all. Like it's great. I think the machine gun, anti-material, stalwart, expendable, recoilless can use an upgrade.
Yeah.
Flamethrower. Oh, dude. Why? My only thing with the flamethrower is why did they make it? Why did they change the animation of it? It was perfect. Like if you look at the flamethrower in the console, it looks like a real flamethrower. It's shooting out liquid that's then lit on fire, and then they changed it to whatever the fuck it is now.
Something that burns upon exposure to the air. But that means it
Oh, I
wouldn't
get.
burn in space. Nah. Or what about like varying oxygen levels? Like with jungle planets, it burns a bit hotter, and with looking planets, it burns a bit cooler.
That'd be cool.
Machine gun. It's fine. I wish I could carry an extra magazine, but whatever. I want a belt.
Yeah.
I want a backpack belt fed.
Oh, actually, the anti-tank mines, brother. That thing should ignore everything to
It
include
should go.
Helldivers.
Okay, it should be a massive explosion damage radius. It should overpressure a charger upon explosion. One charger, one mine,
Yeah.
boom, charger's fucking dead.
Yeah, either that, and if that's too powerful according to the developers, that's fine. Then just make it to where it fucking throws it somewhere, or just where it's just I
Oh,
can't move for a little bit because it fucked me up,
yeah,
and still deal half of
yeah,
massive damage. And then if it steps on another one, it's fucking dead. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Stalwart's fine. Expendable anti-tank. Expendable anti-tank. I feel like you should be able to get more, like four in a Hell Pot or something. I don't know. Recoilless
I think it's
rifle.
good.
Honestly, with all the backpacks, especially the spear, it needs to be reorganized so that it holds more rockets. The spear, it holds three rockets. Three. That's it. It's not
Dude,
even that much better.
the spear,
If it could hold
the spear's
four
good.
rockets in
I
the
think
backpack,
four would be great. Yeah, I
but
would agree with that. Four would be nice, but the spear is really fucking powerful.
yeah.
I don't know. If you can angle yourself, I would always one shot Bile Titans. I just don't like carrying it only
And how
just due
iffy
to
it
the fact that
is.
it's
And how iffy it is. It's so
yeah,
iffy
it's
about
very
killing
iffy.
Bile
Yeah.
Titans. Like, it could
Mm.
take one shot, it could take four. It's very
Yeah.
iffy.
That's weird. Why does that
Yeah.
change? But whatever.
Also, the airburst rocket launcher, it doesn't
Sucks.
reliably kill things. Like,
It
if
doesn't
something's
do
at the
anything.
center of the explosion, it tends to survive.
Yeah.
It needs
I
more damage.
It
Commando?
does. And the thing is like it's so easy to miss with it too.
Yeah.
Because I see people try to use it on the big ass gunships and they still miss. I don't know if it's a player error because I use the recoilless all the time and I'm reliably hitting the gunships.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know if it's a user error because I've never used
I
the airburst
think they're
rocket
trying to
launcher.
get that airburst effect where it detects the ship and detonates right past it, or just behind
Yeah.
it. Also, I only just now noticed that in the Commando video, they're shooting at a Hulk, not a mech suit. I always thought they were shooting at a mech suit. I always thought they were shooting at a mech suit. I'm like, why are you shooting at a mech suit? What?
Oh, that's funny.
Anyways, railgun. I like how it could break charger armor. I like that. I missed that.
Oh, it still does that?
No, it doesn't. Oh, it does, but it takes way more shots. Also, with
Okay.
the Bile Titan, they added this tiny little exploit. If while it's spewing, you can shoot the gas sacks at the corners of its mouth, and there's a pretty high
Uh-huh.
chance it would one-shot it if you're a bit overcharged.
Oh,
It would
okay. I
one-shot
like
it.
it.
I
I
miss that
think
exploit.
I don't think. Oh, that used to be an exploit.
Yeah, it used to be an exploit. I've done it a
They
couple
need to
times.
they need to add it to where if that thing's maw is open, doing the acid everywhere, and if you shoot it while its mouth is open with either the recoilless, the expendable, anything that shoots
Yeah.
explosives, it should deal twice the amount of damage.
Yeah. Also,
That's what I think it needs.
with the railgun, like I said, Spall, more damage, more armor penetrated, less damage, less
Yep.
armor penetrated, and it should kill a Bile Titan in like 6 to 8 headshots. You only can
I'd
carry
be
20
okay with that.
rounds. 68 headshots. You know
Yeah.
how long it takes to do, even when you're both standing still. You're gonna end up
Yeah.
doing like 10 headshots killing an enemy. The spear should one-shot tanks. It should lock onto the turret instead of the hull, so it can one-shot tanks every time.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, give the tanks like a sort of light components like War Thunder, where if you hit the gun melee, you can break the gun, or if you hit the engine, you
Yeah.
break the engine. You can break the tracks. That's it.
Yeah.
Gatling barrage. If it was centered randomized rather than like a gun barrel drifting around a bit, I prefer that, but it's fine otherwise. The airburst strike
Yeah.
needs to explode higher with a wider area of effect and more shrapnel. The
I could see
over
that.
120,
Good. It does what it's supposed to. It's a 120.
it barely does what it's supposed to. They need to make it fire more rounds in fire
Okay.
less
I could
downtime
take that.
between salvos and more rounds coming each salvo.
I could
The
take that. All
380,
right.
it's fine.
Again, yeah, like I said, I feel like the orbital
Yeah.
barrages, they kind of do what they're supposed to. They're just supposed to just fucking lay waste to
Yeah, it's
everything in
lay
an
waste to a
area.
wide area. The walking barrage.
Orbital water draws, dude. I have so much beef with this thing. It
Yeah.
sucks.
It needs to
It
be
so in
on
the video,
rails.
it is amazing. It is shooting exactly like straight ahead. But dude, when you actually use it, it would be like 300 meters to the left and then another 50 meters to the right. It's like, dude, you're not even walking in a straight line like I'm telling you
Yeah, you're
to.
walking like a drunk guy who doesn't have legs or something.
Yeah, yeah. That they need to make that a
It needs to be
straight
on
line where
rails,
it's like
left, middle,
it
right,
will
left, middle, right.
explode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like 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 20 or
in
30
the
meters between rounds. Like 20 meters left, center, 20 meters right. 20 meters left, center, 20 meters right. Just and advance like 10 meters at a time. Boom, 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 and like
yeah,
10 salvos or something. Orbital laser.
yeah,
It needs to do more damage. It takes so long to kill a Bile Titan or a Hulk or
yeah.
anything. It needs
It
more
really does.
damage when it comes to that.
You can tell that it used to be stronger because if you watch the video, like restart it real quick, you'll see it touches a warrior,
Yeah, that's
instantaneously flies.
what it should do.
It
It
does
should
not.
be
Yeah,
gone
it does not do that.
instantly, and it should move faster. It should move faster. It should move wicked fast. The rail cannon strike
Yeah,
needs a shorter cooldown, 180 seconds, 150 seconds. Because you know why?
yeah.
It
I
kills
will
one
agree with
heavy.
that.
That's it. A, a precision strike could do that, and it has like 70. Precision strike needs less cooldown. If precision strike was like 3 shots and then a 40-second cooldown, that'd be perfect. Like 3 shots and a minute cooldown.
Uh,
Because you look at the Atlas cannon on the bottom of your ship, there's 3 huge-ass barrels. And each one is loaded separately. Like, what if you could make it so that the precision strike could be like 3 shots in a triangle formation? So, like, where the stratagem lands 5 meters to the front, 5 meters to the back left, 5 meters to the back right, in a triangle
yeah,
formation. So, 3 rounds on the same spot and just obliterate anything in that area. Obliterate. Or 3 separate shots. Or even better yet,
yeah,
an upgrade that increases the cooldown up to like a minute or up to like 100 seconds, but it's a smart strike. It'll turn in the air and nail the biggest target or the biggest cluster.
yeah. Dude, that's what I feel like the 110 rocket pod should practically do. It should just be one
Oh,
big ass
absolutely.
thing and just nail the
Yeah,
biggest dude and be like, "Yep, that's my
yeah,
target, dead."
yeah. The strafing run
But yeah,
needs
I
to be
gotta
like.
go. Actually, I'm sorry.
Oh, I like shitting on
Yeah,
this game with you though. Eagle strafing run needs to be like
yeah,
A10, where you dump 150 rounds in a massively wide area. Airstrike, bigger effect range. Cluster bomb, perfect. Napalm, bigger effect
yep,
range. Jump pack, we already talked about that. Smoke strike, it needs like 10 uses. Rocket pods need like 10 uses and more damage, more splash, more armor
yep,
penetrating. 500 kilogram. You already know. These are huge damage
Yep, bigger.
radius.
Yep.
I think I said the N word.
Who?
I think I said yep, nigger.
Oh no, I just said yep.
He said yep later. But orbital gas needs bigger effect. EMS, bigger effect, longer effect. Smoke, more uses, much shorter cooldown.
I think it's good.
HMG,
Yeah,
good.
shorter
Shield Generator,
cooldown, I would
good.
accept.
Tesla Tower. Tesla Tower's dog shit, and it's hard to fix. Make it fire
Yeah.
more often, I guess. I don't know. Anti-personnel
Here's the thing.
mines, more uses. That's it. Oh, Tesla Tower, what?
They with the Tesla Tower, you know how the Illuminators are coming?
Yeah?
And they have a lot of hovering things. I think once the Illuminate comes, they need to have the Tesla Tower float so nothing can damage it.
Oh,
And
that'd
it
be
just has like a
perfect.
battery. And
Like
so
it'd
it
be
would
up for
just
like a
nail
minute and it would
everything in
float.
the area. Yep. And that would be perfect. Nothing can damage it.
Well,
It
bomb
would just
spitters.
nail
Bomb
everything that
spitters.
gets close. Perfect.
Minefield, it needs 2 or 3 uses before it has to reload, like the Eagle. Supply pack, fine. Grenade launcher, bigger area of effect. That's it though. Laser, more
Yeah.
damage. Incendiary mines, like I said with the other mines, more uses per use or whatever. Guard dog, it needs to stop shooting the ground in front of the bugs. I want to shoot the bug. Shoot the bug. Stop
It
missing.
needs to float further above your head. I
Yeah.
think that's it.
Or have more dynamic floating rather than just over your right shoulder. Ballistic shield.
Dude,
They need to finally fix that thing. They fix it and there's another problem comes up. The arc thrower.
I like it.
More range. Anti-tank
Yep.
mines. More uses per more thing. Quasar. It's fine. The
Yeah,
cooldown
it's
feels a
fine.
little long, but whatever. I don't care. Shield Generator. Fine. Machine gun sentry. Shorter cooldown. Faster fire rate. Gatling sentry. It's okay. It could be better. Mortar sentry. It's okay, I guess. Guard dog.
Yeah.
Need to carry more ammo or something. Or
Yeah.
what if you could modify it so it goes out and drops grenades on enemies instead, like in Ukraine? Or imagine you could get an FPV drone, except it's automatic and it just kills charges on its own. Um, or what about like a helipod or like 3 helipods that drop together and form like a little drone factory with like 30 drones and they all fly off on their own and blow shit up.
Actually, that would be pretty cool. Just give it like a high AoE damage
Yeah,
explosive, and like an impact grenade, but just way bigger. And just hope to
yeah.
God you're not in the area.
Have you seen that prototype truck the U.S. has that is to deploy swarm drones? Like that. Like there's like
Yeah.
80 drones in there and they just come off this like stick that the drone is looped around, just bunch of drones. Autocannon sentry.
Yep.
More ammo. Also, the ammo box looks like it holds like 3 rounds. Fix that, please. Right? With how big the
Here,
shell casings
actually,
are?
yeah. So with that, I think it would be justifiable if they were to make that little bottom box look like it's feeding into the actual helipod at the bottom,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
below
Make
it.
it
Maybe
make it
there's
look like
extra
it's
rounds in
feeding
there.
into
I
the
don't know,
underside of the
something.
helipod. Yeah. Rocket
Yeah.
sentry. It's okay. They made it
Yeah,
they
it's
made
good.
it good. EMS mortar. It needs to fire more
Great.
often, maybe. I don't know.
No, I think it's great because the
Yeah,
thing is, like, it shoots the same area like 50 times. I think it's fine.
but it
I think
also
it
shoots
just
every like 8
needs to.
seconds.
Yeah, I think it needs to figure out to stop shooting in the area that's already affected.
Yeah.
That's it.
Patriot exosuit. The Gatling gun needs to do as much damage as a heavy machine gun, not the normal machine gun. And the
Yeah.
rockets, they need to do. Look how big they are. Look how big they are. They're as big as a recoilless. Make it able to do as much damage as a normal recoilless rifle, like it used to be able to. I used to
Yeah.
like when there was a Bile Titan. Hello, Bile Titan. Bye, Bile Titan. Hello, Charger. Bye,
Yeah.
Charger.
You only
Now it
have
does
10
nothing.
10 rockets in there, dude. What am I gonna do with 10 rockets that deal? You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with that. Make it.
Well, it's
It
five
should. It's
sets
a
of
max,
3. It's
and you
5
only
sets of
get
3.
2. That thing should be fucking
Mine
amazing.
is 2. Yeah. Emancipator suit. Also, make it so you can resupply it and reuse the suit. You have access to 2 suits, and the suit
Yeah,
survives. Once you hop out and it's out of ammo, a ship comes down and picks it
that
up,
would
and it
be
comes back after like 2
incredible.
minutes. Perfect.
I like it.
Emancipator suit. It needs to do as much damage as the autocannon turret.
Yeah.
And once again, where's the ammo coming from? It looks like it holds like 15 rounds per gun. I mean, are those the ammo boxes? That looks like it holds like 8 rounds. Bigger ammo
Yeah.
boxes, and also it should do as much damage as the autocannon turret. Also,
Yeah.
make the autocannon turret
Honestly,
able to shoot down dropships.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Honestly.
Perfect. Like
Alrighty.
like three
Yeah, that was
shots,
fun.
6 shots,
Shoot the shit.
whatever. It's fun hoping, praying. They buff everything a little bit in their own way.
Yeah.
See you, man.
Alrighty, I'll see you later.
See you, man.
Left squadron.